Hello, welcome to Pauper Guru with your host Matthew Stoner. In advance to this video, I'm not disclaiming anything about Tolarian Academy, Enemy's Professor, or Commander's Quarters Mitch. In fact, I run a couple of Mitch's actual deck pre-lists. I also have thoroughly enjoyed the Professor's videos for years and his recommendations. I just recently watched a video that those two put out. And my show is all about Pauper Commander. So they were talking about the guild gates. In this format, when you're running more than one color, the guild gates are really your only option. And to be honest, when it comes to price for most of the cards, they're not that. You're really running a lot of money into it. Mitch was discussing about Wayfarer's Bauble. Everyone knows he loves it. Hey, I think it's a great card myself. I was looking up a few cards today. 3 cards specific. Renegade Map. Traveler's Amulet. Wanderer's Twig, that all say basically the same thing. Pay 1 mana of anything, sacrifice them, and search your deck for a basic land and reveal it and put it into your hand. Renegade Map does come play tap though out of the 3, so that is the one difference to each of them. They work kind of like Wayfarer's Bauble. Yes, Wayfarer's Bauble is basically 3 mana play a land. It's might as well what you need to say out of it. These are 2 mana, put a land into your hand. I mean, it sets you at about the same speed. And they cost, Wanderer's Twig only costs you 25 cents, Traveler's Amulet costs a whole 3 cents, and Renegade Map costs a whole 14 cents on TCG Player. Now, Wayfarer's Bauble costs about anywhere from $2 to $2.50. Not that much, but a dramatic increase to what it was. Just like many cards are going up in price. I mean, I run Arcades the Strategist in Commander. And when Mitch first made the deck about him, he only cost $5.80. Now he's cracking nearly $7 on most websites. We're running Let's take Secure Tri-Builder, for example. He's currently 98 cents on TCG Player. When everything first started, he stayed around 30, 40 cents on average. Which, if you're not running green, Secure Tri-Builder is really not helping you in ramp. Now, they also were talking about the signets. The signets do need an honest reprint. And that's what what I'm trying to get at. There are budget alternatives, and no, I'm not saying just run the lockets over the signets because they're cheaper. No. Whether you're playing Commander or Pauper, in my opinion, you need a deck that's kind of focused on what you're trying to do. Not, oh, it's a cheaper alternative to put a Manolith in there other than is it signet. So yeah, I'm just going to do it to save money. I mean, I'm all for saving money. That's the point of Pauper. But, on one hand, you do not want to make it to where your deck just does not perform just because you need to save that extra 10 cents. Or, in this case, most of the signets over $1. And last year, they were all under 50 cents. I mean, there's a dramatic difference there. You've also got cards like my all-time favorite card in Magic, Utopian Vow. 1 green, 1 colorless, enchantment aura. Enchanted creature cannot attack or block, and enchanted creature taps for 1 mana of any color. It is not necessarily ramping you any excess amount of lands. It is fixing color issues in your board state. Now, are there a lot of options in Pauper? Yeah. Does the current price of Pauper continue to go up just like any other format? Yes, but Pauper Commander, being a lesser known format, you are able to use cards that a lot of people just don't use. I mean, most people take a stack of commons and throw them in the free bin at most shops, or the fill-a-bag in some stores for a couple dollars. I mean, that's the kind of stuff I pick up. I have for years. And I've been playing now since Conflux. And back in 2009, I've been playing budget while I play standard for a long time. I didn't even get into Commander until 2010. In 2011, the Precon came out. And personally, I've been playing Commander ever since. Yes, each year we get new stuff, like they said. Now, I agree with them. Theros really didn't provide that many, even the uncommon ones. I mean, yes, there was that green-white legendary uncommon that with that enchantment, I can't remember the enchantment off the top of my head, but it lets you go infinite on 1/1 soldiers. That's nice, but I mean, that's the only thing you're really getting out of it for Commander. I mean, it's really not a big benefactor. On top of, you really also need to consider one other thing. That the current price to build an average Commander deck. Mitch has done it for $50. I say that's great. And I personally don't see a crime in spending $50 because they are more focused than a Precon. I will applaud the professor for saying that because I completely agree with him. Now, all I'm trying to say is that when it comes to the amount of money necessary as the price of Magic increases, you will also have to find better alternatives. For the budget players who just simply don't have it. And as for the Wizards comment about good for new players to trade in cards and trade up their strategy, you know, I got a friend that loves that. I personally just don't. I mean, because these signets have not been reprinted. In the last 2 years, we've had one signet, I believe, reprinted, and that was Is It Signet. And its price is still holding over $1 on TCG Player and almost $2 on Card Kingdom. I mean, we've got to find a way to either get reprints on all spectrums of Magic, or Wizards is going to have to find a way to make it more affordable for the majority of players. On top of that, you want to be able to take... Let's just take Brainstorm, for example. Brainstorm's a great card. Everyone knows it. 1 mana, instant speed. Draw 3 cards, put 2 cards from your hand back on top of your deck. It's a great draw spell. Not recommending a lot of decks, but now it is coursing over $1 just to draw cards. I mean, isn't that what most Magic decks want anyways? On top of that, when it comes to viable dual lands at any level, let's take one of the shock lands, for example. Most of them, Breeding Pool. That's a good one. I like it. I own one, but they're very expensive. I don't even use it in a deck because I don't... I mean, yes, I'm probably going to get hated for not running it just because I have it, but I also am not that... I don't like running super expensive cards because then their prices continue to go up the more people ask. I would much rather, in Commander, run the Scry lands if I can get away with it, so I can control the top of my deck. That's just me. Like I said at the beginning of this video, I am not aiming to upset Mitch or the professor in anything they've said, because most of it I agree on. Some of it, not necessarily. Thank you. Like, subscribe, and share, and have a nice day.